we do have a quorum. There's 5 members, 3 of us are here, so that constitutes a quorum according to our bylaws, so. So public participation, nobody's here, nobody's signed up, so we will skip that part. I put everything on the agenda too, so and the agenda's online. I think I've sent it to everybody. Our wellness plan, I said that I would get this updated, and I got that updated. On page 6 of 7, I got the dates for the days that they can sell the snacks and drinks for fundraisers. So we're required to do that, to do that. Hello. And so I had Lacey Manuel, she's our food services coordinator, she put that on there today. And as she gets other dates, oh good, it's offline. Hopefully it'll come back. If she gets other dates for other schools, she'll put them, she hasn't gotten them all yet, but this is what we have so far.
Do they do that, do they have to do that for the high school too, or just the lower school?
All the campuses.
Okay.
Each campus gets 6 days where they can sell
Okay.
non-healthy food and drink for fundraisers, and it is a competitor with the cafeteria.
Okay.
So they can't, like, unless it's approved, they can't go in and sell chocolate bars at lunchtime at the high school, unless it's gotta be one of the days, so.
Okay.
Everybody good there? Okay, and then, if anybody, unless anybody has any questions, we'll, move past the wellness plan.
Okay.
Any questions?
No questions.
Alright. Okay, we'll hope this comes back. Okay, minimum standards for bully prevention, so what will happen, we have to have there has to be a bullying committee for each campus in the district. So what will happen, it can be a part of an existing committee, so I'm gonna take the SHAC members, send it to each campus and say, these folks need to be invited to a campus, a committee meeting. And on that agenda, it'll say bullying prevention techniques, and it'll say health initiatives. Obviously, if you can attend, that'd be great. If you can't, then you can't be there. Can't get everybody's schedules clear. But if you are there, they're gonna say, what's your perspective on health initiatives that we could be doing at Godley Middle School? Or what are some bullying prevention techniques that you think we could be implementing, or ideas to come up with at RB Godley Elementary? It also has to consist of secondary students, high school students, right, Rhonda, secondary?
Yes, you need to have at least one high school student on each
One
committee.
high school, so we're gonna get high school students, and we're gonna assign one to each campus, so.
Will it be like student council or?
I'm gonna go, Alice Brooks teaches that, that class, I can't remember the name of it.
Employability skills.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So she'll have 7 names, cause there's
Okay.
7 campuses, so we'll get 7 names from her, and then Rhonda and I are gonna meet with those students, and basically from their perspective, what could the campus be doing different? So you should be receiving, the committee will be receiving invites to those, and I'll try to put that on Parent Square and say, hey, just be ready to.
And just for clarification, that committee does not review individual incidents of bullying. It is not involved in anything where, private information is being shared on a student. It's merely making suggestions on how to address bullying behaviors.
Everybody good there?
Yeah.
Okay, this one I got sent, this is, we'll actually need to vote on this if we wanna do it. It's consideration in the Texas Tobacco Youth Survey. And so I put it on the agenda. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to look at it. It's really exciting. I guess I shouldn't be sarcastic. It's a little bit of a beating to read. So basically, this survey is sent out to grades 6 through 12 students. We actually have a copy of the survey. I've put it on the agenda as well. The actual survey, the frequently asked questions, you can, in fact, I'll just click right there so I go straight there. So there's the actual survey. It'll be digital. So they'll fill out this survey. This is the actual survey. And then what they do is they go through and they fill it out, and then the information, is used. Let me go back here to the frequently asked questions, cause it has it right here. Why is the survey being done? The Texas Department of State and Health Services has funded Texas Prevention and Control coalitions in 9 areas of Texas. The goal is to provide tobacco cessation and prevention activities to school districts, and then it lists the counties. So they'll use this survey information to create content that they can send to districts to be able to implement into campuses for the cessation of tobacco use. So that's why they're doing this. There's all the FAQs are all on here. It's on the web. Everybody can see it. The actual parent notification has to be sent out. Here's the survey. I'm not gonna go through each question, but if y'all can see that.
Does everybody's parent have to agree to them doing it?
Well, what the survey is, we were just talking about this, it's an opt-out,
Okay.
but our district, what word I'm looking for, not guideline, but what we usually do,
Protocols and procedures.
typical procedures, we have parents opt in. So what I'm thinking, if everybody's okay with, we'll get people to opt in. If we don't get an opt-in, then
Okay.
we're not gonna have the kid do it, because what would happen is parent didn't read Parent Square, or the kid didn't take the note home, this kid fills it out, how dare you collect that information? And I'm not saying that sarcastically, like, how
Yeah,
dare you
no.
get that without my consent, which is completely understandable. So I think if we vote to do this, cause the SHAC has to approve it, if we vote to do it, then, I'm gonna say we need to have parents opt in, just because that's been our typical procedure in the district. It's gonna be a little bit more of a heavy lift for us, but
Yeah, I would think it would be.
I would rather do that than some student take this survey against their parent, without their parental consent. I would rather do the heavy lifting. I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of those back. My fear is that people are gonna ignore it, but I would rather have that than the other. That's just me, and that's just me talking, but.
I understand.
So here's the questions on here, and again, it's all online. How old are you? Female, male, grade, Hispanic, what race do you consider yourself to be?
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yes.
'Cause I didn't get a chance to review those
Yeah.
questions. Does it have any identifying,
It says not to put their name on
so
it.
it is anonymous, okay.
So, are the surveys, hold on, where is it? I just saw that. Is student participation anonymous, and how is student privacy protected? School districts are required to notify parents, let's see here. I mean, I'll let y'all can read that. Oh, no, that's there it is, sorry. Survey administration procedures are designed to protect student privacy and follow anonymous participation.
Okay, good.
Students submit their questionnaire with no personal identifiers and place them all into one envelope. Published reports will not include names.
Thank you.
Ours will be digital, but it is anonymous. No, that's a good question. I'm not gonna read every little question, but you can see it there. Have you ever tried cigarette smoking, one of puffs? How old were you when you first smoked? You smoke cigarettes daily. In the past 30 days, did you smoke cigarettes on school property? I wish it said if it was gonna do it, it'd be vaping, but.
Yeah, it's weird. It says include vaping
It's
or
not vaping.
chewing.
That was the electronic cigarettes down there, it's probably kinda.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there you go,
Yeah.
14.
yeah, does it hit dipping too? I mean,
I don't know,
kind of
let's,
a bigger issue.
let's look, yeah, there's
Wrap
14,
that in
yeah.
the
I
vaping.
guess I
Not
skipped
really
that question.
cigarettes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever tried using chewing
Chewing tobacco,
There
okay,
it is.
good.
There we go, good.
Hookah pipe, not hookah, those are the shoes.
You're right.
Hookah, yeah.
I mean, do y'all see anything that's
Mm-mm.
inappropriate? Anything that we should take off? I mean, I don't wanna read every little thing, but it's basically just talking about your tobacco. I mean, it is talking about your tobacco use, not basically.
No, I think as long as the notice to parents says that it's at the request of the Texas Department of Health and Human Services, that it's not coming from Godley ISD.
Yeah.
So they won't look to the district and go, why are y'all asking these questions? It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
and it is voluntary.
yeah,
The district does not have to participate. It does have to be approved by this committee. But there, like I said, we're gonna, if we approve it and we send this out, then we're going to put all this in a form to show, here's the link to the survey, here's the link to the information sheet, you have to opt in. We're gonna try to figure out how best to do that, because we can't print, because of budget constraints, we can't print every 6th through 12th grader a form to send home, and you know what a 7th grade
Wow.
boy's gonna do with that form.
yeah.
It'll be a paper fight on the bus that night, you know what I
I
mean?
do
So-
wonder if non-smokers tend to fill this out more than smokers. I mean, if I'm a kid who's smoking, I'm not sure I'm gonna fill this thing out.
Yeah,
Well, that's the problem with self-reporting surveys is, you know, the reliability, there's a.
so here's the next few questions about your parents or guardians. Do your parents or guardians know you use tobacco products? Have your parents or guardians ever told you not to? In the past 12 months, have your parents or guardians discussed the dangers with you? I don't see anything that's like inappropriate about, you know, asking, do you agree with your parents? It's not questioning that. I don't see it. How dangerous do you think? Healthcare, have the following people talked about the dangers of tobacco in the past 12 months? Doctor's office. That's not asking anything, violates HIPAA. Do y'all think got professional people here? About how many of your closest friends during the past 7 days, on how many days were you in the room with someone smoking, riding the car? Does any, besides yourself, does anyone who lives in your home smoke cigarettes now?
Is this something that we can have them do in their health class or something? I don't see them doing this at lunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm
No,
wondering
we'll-
when the students are gonna do
Wildcat
this.
business or
For the high school, we would probably do it at Wildcat Business, and it's gonna
Okay.
be the digital version.
Okay.
I think at the middle school,
like RTI, don't they?
yeah, RTI or,
They
yeah.
do have health class, don't they? With
8th
Blue?
grade,
Yeah.
yeah. They could do the 8th graders, well, half of them would have
Yeah.
it done, and, let's see here, the next question, when is your social media? How often do you see posts about quitting or preventing tobacco use? Do y'all see anything in there that would be inappropriate, anything that, okay, so, it's all, we're gonna include everything on there, and everything's on the website, but we'll make sure to specifically, like I did here, like, here's the frequently asked questions, here's everything you need to know. Everybody okay? Do y'all think we should opt in?
I don't see any harm in opting in. I worry we're not gonna get a very high response
That's
rate.
me.
But
I just feel like I know that I'm probably bad about that too, paying attention to
No,
Parent Square or
do y'all?
Think of the flip
messages.
side of that though, if I can play devil's advocate, if you don't remember to opt out, and then your kid is taking a survey that maybe you don't approve of,
Yeah.
so.
Is there something we can do like an award of some sort, like?
do they have to opt into all the health classes? I didn't mean to change the topic, but
Yeah, that's a good idea. They have to opt into some of the activities in the health classes. I don't think they have, cause I think health is required in this district to graduate, but like the, sex ed stuff, they have to opt in, and then the dating violence, curriculum that we came up with, they have to opt into it.
I didn't remember having to opt in.
Is the
I
puberty
thought we were allowed to opt
Opt in,
out,
opt out.
but not opt in.
Yeah, opt in, and then the puberty video, they opt in as well.
And then child abuse presentation, I think,
Yeah, that's the same, child abuse, dating violence,
yes.
and then the fentanyl, it's not opt-in, right? It's just, it's required to teach, right? Or are we opting in on that one?
I don't know if we've
We'll have to look.
established that.
Yeah, we'll have to look, but yes, you gotta opt in on
Hmm.
everything. So that, to me, that's our general practice, so I hate to go
Yeah.
against it, you know? And my fear is we're not gonna have a big turnout, but I don't know. I don't wanna fight the other battle of, you
Yeah.
gave this survey to my kid without my knowledge, and, cause that's a real hot button. Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay, so if y'all agree that we should do the survey, just need a motion and a second, And, if we wanna do that, then we'll get started. I did ask the question today, does the board need to approve us doing a survey, and we don't believe so, but if so, I'll take it to them in November and ask them, so, I would entertain a motion.
Got a motion that he submit the survey or do it, yeah, administer it,
And opt in.
opt in.
Okay. You second?
I second.
She's got a motion and a second, all in favor? None opposed, alright, we will do it, so, alright, so that, we'll get that started and, hopefully we'll have that done, I think we do it in December, so that gives us the rest of this month to do it. It'll be a heavy lift, but we'll get it done. Review joint use agreements or strategies for collaboration between the school district and community organizations or agencies. So I just thought I would list everything that we have with folks and kind of give just a brief overview of what we do, and if y'all have questions. Pecan Valley Behavioral Health, we talked about that last time, they provide some mental health services for our staff. Johnson County Sheriff's Office, through our Godley ISD Police Department, the list is numerous, it's dispatch and, God, I can't even dispatch, and then we have specific radios, I mean, we have tons of MOUs that, we can bring up at any time if anybody has a question, but we do have MOUs with them. The Greater Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Law Enforcement Mutual Aid Agreement. That's basically if there's an emergency here, that other agencies can come and give us aid and not have to worry about any liability. So Cleburne PD comes to help us, and a guy hurts his back while he's helping us. He can't sue us for workman's comp, and if he messes up in his job performance while he's trying to give us aid, we can't sue them or those type of things. So we're in and I forget how many people are in that, but it is a huge number, and we can go do the same thing. So if we're going to respond to something in Mansfield and we have a car accident, Mansfield ISD is not responsible, or Mansfield PD is not responsible for our car, we are.
Okay.
So it protects everybody, and basically as you go and help, your benefits follow you. So that's mutual aid agreement. The Child Advocacy Center in Cleburne, we use them for forensic interviews for students that have been abused. What else are some of the other things that we?
That's primarily their function.
Primarily their function, yeah. Reunification locations, so if we ever have to leave campus for an emergency, we reunify. We have MOUs with various locations. We don't talk about those in public so that bad guy doesn't know where we're going. So we have various locations that we have MOUs with them. Cook's Children Telemedicine, we have that. We talked about that at the last meeting where we can do telehealth. And then Passport Health for vaccine clinics. So those are kind of a brief list of all of our organizations. Do y'all know of any that we don't have an MOU with that we could maybe consider one with that you think we might need?
No, I know, is it Joy? She talked about, but if she provided services to anybody at low cost, that would just be her business, right? So you wouldn't need a memorandum for that.
Well, as y'all go and do and you find it, man, just let us know. I mean, we stress that every time. So the next thing is review strategies to increase parental awareness regarding risky behaviors and early warning signs and behavioral health concerns, including mental health disorders and substance use disorders. So basically how we get information out about these items. So we use Parent Connections video series on Godley ISD website and on YouTube. Miss Evans has started that and has put several out and is planning on doing some more. We send out Parent Square information. We just did our Wildcat Talks that is filmed and put on our website as well. I believe it's on the website.
And it's on YouTube also.
It's on YouTube.
Godley ISD YouTube.
And then we do social media posts. So we try to communicate this information through those avenues. And then available community services, B, that we have that address those things. We have counseling website that has listed resources, and then Pecan Valley mental health resources. So do y'all know of anything different that we could be doing to be able to communicate those things out? Any other services that we could offer that we're not offering? Do y'all see?
So did we do like a web, or do we send out how to identify signs of suicidal concern or things like that?
That's actually packaged in that fentanyl, you have that, but that's a student information,
Okay.
program. We don't have one yet for parents.
That we could push out to
Right.
parents. Okay. It would probably be good if, I was out on our region site for a while. I didn't get a chance to look at a lot of the resources out there, but there's a lot out there, isn't there? Like from Healthier Generations and stuff. It would be interesting to figure out what the biggest concern is and maybe like do a blitz over the course of a school year on whether it's suicide recognition or what. I mean,
And I think what I do with my counselors when I meet with them is I ask them to go at a certain time throughout the year, you go back to your campus and you do a needs assessment. So they look a little bit different at each grade level, obviously, because they're dealing with different sets of problems. And so they've all started that and they've sent those to parents. So we do needs assessment for parents, students, teachers, staff, everybody. So we wanna make sure that our programs are meeting the needs of everyone. And so they have been working on those.
okay. Yeah, I just haven't seen anything parent facing. It sure seems like it might be a good idea. I mean, I don't know maybe people think that's none of the school district's business. I mean, I don't know. I don't know this community as well as y'all do, but you know.
Well, I look
think
at
it's a great idea.
it in that it's never wrong to provide information.
Yeah, they don't have to consume it.
Right, exactly. And I actually even had a parent say, you know, I think that the vaping thing is very interesting, but I don't know if I'd spend the time to watch that. And I said, if you're concerned about your child, you will.
You will, yeah.
Right, and if you're not, then maybe you won't. But at least we put that information out there, so
Yeah.
it's there for people if they're interested.
Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
Okay, so, yeah, those are good ideas. Thank you for your feedback, cause I think that's important. Like, we need to get that information out to parents so that they know. Some people just don't know.
Yeah.
If they're quiet and reserved, that just may be their kid or that may not be, you know. I think that's a good idea. The last one is review and consider recommendations for appropriate grade levels and curriculum for instruction regarding opioid addiction and abuse and methods of administering an opioid antagonist. So, review and consider recommendations. So, really, this is our fentanyl. We could not, I wouldn't say find is a bad word, but there was not much out there that was a fentanyl, dangers of fentanyl curriculum that we could purchase and just say, here you go. So we had to come up with our own.
Really?
And so that's what,
But I think it's a relatively new phenomenon. I mean, it's not extremely new, but certainly in a smaller community, we may not have seen it as frequently as you would in a more urban area. But now it's come to the surface more, and so Texas has said we need to address this, and so they put it in the code, and so we need to do that.
so Rhonda created this. I helped a little and then just gave some feedback, and as we just kind of tailored it. So really, we need to, if you guys like this, then we need to approve it, and then we'll take it to the board for their approval. So I'm not approving your recommendation. So we would say, this would be our fentanyl curriculum, or that, you know, what it said on the agenda. So Rhonda said she would give a little short blurb about this. I'm gonna let her and I'll click through it.
Yeah, it's not real short. I mean, it's going to have some definitions in it, and it's gonna have code in it. I think what's really important, Brian and I have discussed multiple times, that when we're presenting some information, we wanna make sure that we look at policy, we wanna look at code, we want people to understand why we're doing these presentations. not just for fun. You know, there's some real
Mhm.
reasons that we need to be presenting, and so we like to put that in there.
And this is for the students?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This would be a
Yes, so we
student
would, we would do it at, we have to do it grade 6 through 12.
6 through 12.
So they would do this in all the grade levels. So we would find time at each campus to be able to present it. And we would teach the teachers how.
Or the counselors,
Or the
whoever would
counselors.
be presenting it,
Yeah.
you know.
So I'm just gonna kinda click through and then run if I'm moving too fast or too
Yeah,
slow.
Yeah, 'cause I don't wanna,
Yeah.
narrate the entire thing.
No, no, no.
It's not short.
So just talking students through it.
Really important, I like to remind them about finding a trusted adult. I think that's really important. Kids need to feel connected.
Mhm.
So suicide awareness, so again, to the student, but we also have this will be public as well, so we could share this with parents and
Absolutely,
those
yes.
things. So some suicide statistics. There's your signs. Concept warning signs, verbal.
And we also have that hope squad that we talked about
Mhm.
last time, so, like I think, it may say it in here, I can't remember, it's been a while since we produced this,
Mhm.
but, kids do talk to their friends, and so it's important that the kids know what to do when someone's talking to them about these things.
And we created this, so we did not put anything in there that would be inappropriate or that, we wouldn't tell our own kids. I mean, we kinda had that in mind.
We wanted to reflect the values of the community, we've listened to the community, and I think that we're understanding what it is they want and they don't want, and we're trying to meet that need. And suicide is a very sensitive topic, it's difficult to talk about,
Mhm.
but we can't pretend like it doesn't happen.
Mhm.
And again, we're required now by law to
Yeah.
teach this, and so we put it in, and then we put it in with one curriculum.
These requirements came under one area, and so we just put them
Suicide and
together.
fentanyl?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So got have fentanyl, the definition of what it is. There are two types of fentanyl, so going into what they are, why it's being, again, the why do we give out fentanyl, what does it do? That it's sold in illegal drug markets. There's some more statistics, again, talking about that why again. So again, this will be presented to students. One pill can kill, which is really the push from the state, that's
Yes.
their state initiative, when it's called hashtag one pill can kill.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we put that in our.
A counterfeit pill can be offered or sold, and then I think I don't know if it says in here, but we talked about this, how they make them look like candy now. They
Yeah.
add different flavors and those type of things. And teachers can expand on this, I mean, this isn't a
Certainly.
script, it's not, but it can't be there's very little room for something inappropriate to
Mhm.
come up with. It's fentanyl, it's pretty cut and dry. There's some facts about fentanyl. Do we wanna do this video real fast?
Oh, this is that one that's really powerful.
Yeah, do we wanna watch that, or do we wanna? We good?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
You wanna watch it?
You have your sound on.
I'm gonna turn it up.
This much would kill you and I if we split it. It's odor.
Start it over.
It's a very
What is
powerful.
inside this vial could kill you almost instantly. In fact, this much would kill you and I if we split it. It's odorless, tasteless, and it's currently being disguised as nearly any drug you can buy off the street. This is fentanyl. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is 100 times stronger than morphine and about 50 times the strength of heroin. Fentanyl has sedative effects and will rapidly slow down a person's breathing. Just a milligram too much of fentanyl can result in hypoxia, a decrease of oxygen to the brain, and can quickly lead to death. Sounds more like a poison than a drug. If you were to ingest fentanyl and live, your body would begin having withdrawals within a few hours. Fentanyl is one of the most addictive substances known to man. It is also rather cheap to produce considering its potency, which is why it is being used in all types of illicit drugs. Pills, cocaine, methamphetamine, MDMA, even some instances of marijuana. Illegal drugs have been forever changed because of fentanyl. The most notable are the fake prescription pills. In 2021, the DEA alone seized over 20 million fake prescription pills made of fentanyl. These pills, designed to look exactly like prescription drugs such as oxycodone, Percocet, Xanax, Adderall, and more, contain nothing but fentanyl in a colored binder and are pressed to look just like the pills you would get from a pharmacy. The difference, though, is a matter of life or death. The DEA has reported over 42% of pills tested for fentanyl contain a potentially lethal dose. So maybe it's not the first pill someone takes, but one shortly after. Over the past few years, there has been enough fentanyl seized to kill every person in the United States. Fentanyl is being found everywhere in almost every drug, but you won't know it's there until it's too late. Your decision to not try a drug is one of the most important decisions that you can make. Over time, pop culture seems to glorify drugs more and more. Drugs have been promoted as solutions to mental health struggles like depression and anxiety. Trying drugs has been normalized as something that is just part of going through life. In reality, it is something that will take your life from you. With fentanyl's increasing prevalence in nearly all drugs today, promoting drug use is one of the most dangerous messages an influential person can communicate, especially to young people. The glamorous lifestyle associated with drug use is a facade. Many famous people suffer brutal addictions behind the scenes, and fentanyl is exposing that truth. More and more great artists, athletes, and talents are falling to fentanyl. With them are many others who fell for the lie that using illicit drugs can solve any pain or problem in your life. It is a lie you must be smart enough to see through. Fentanyl is a death trap that very few escape once they enter into it. Do not be deceived. Fentanyl has turned drug dealers into death dealers, and today's easy access to drugs means that a dealer could be anybody. Most illicit drug sales today happen online and over social media. Many of the drug death stories I've encountered are of teens and young adults who bought a pill or a bit of cocaine and had it delivered to their family's house. A lot of times it was from somebody that they knew. Let's make this clear. It does not matter how well you think you know someone. It does not matter if they tell you the drug that they have is really what they say it is. You both do not know if fentanyl is in that drug until it is too late. Just because you've seen a friend try a drug, or even if you've tried something before, does not mean it's going to be safe. These drugs are not coming from a pharmacy or a lab with quality control. These drugs are being blended together by random people who do not care about you and bagged up for a quick profit. What seems like a safe dose could contain enough fentanyl to kill multiple people simply because of how carelessly these drugs are made. Again, you won't know until it's too late. Fentanyl is now the leading cause of death for young people in the United States. Some are looking for relief, some for a good time, many are just curious and make a stupid mistake. Had they known fentanyl was in the drugs they took, they never would have done it. But they can't take that choice back now. You, though, have a choice to make for your life. You may struggle sometimes and feel like you need help. You may get curious or tempted to try a drug. Remember that feelings are temporary, but some decisions can last forever. You always have the opportunity to choose something greater, something that will give you life and not death. I encourage you today to realize how precious your life is, and that one choice is all it takes to throw it away. Please do not do it. Remember that you have a purpose. You have gifts and passions that are unique to you. You were made to have a future. You can live an amazing life without ever touching a drug. Just keep going after the things you know are right, things that are good for you. You'll be an example for your friends, and you can encourage them too. If you're a young person and learned something from this video today, I want you to share it with your friends because this information is saving lives right now. You could be the friend that saves someone's life by keeping them from making a big mistake. Please share it. If you're a parent or guardian and you want to learn more about how you can educate and protect your children from fentanyl poisoning, then I need you to head over to naturalhigh.org/fentanyl right now and sign up with your email to receive the free fentanyl toolkit. Natural High will keep you updated with information and resources you can share with your children. My name is Dominic Tierno. My natural highs are faith and filmmaking. Thank you for watching.
You all good?
Mhm.
You don't like the video?
Mhm.
Nothing in, don't see anything inappropriate in it?
Mm-mm.
So there's our video, in all over how to recognize. We won't watch every video in here.
Right, and there's a variety of things that are in this lesson. Remember, this is a lesson, so it's gonna occupy some time in the
Mhm.
classroom. But, you know, there's an activity, there's another video, you know, there's several videos and things. So it's a, you know, like I said, enough time to occupy a class
Mhm.
period.
What to do in the event of an overdose. This is Narcan, thank y'all for getting that. We do have that on all of our campuses, secondary campuses, and do we have it?
Yeah, in the nurse's office.
Yeah, the nurse's office at the elementaries, yeah. So, but we've got it at the middle school and various places in high school. Shows you how to use that. There's a video on it where you can reach out. If you do need help with this, we've provided some resources there. Here's what they can do. Avoid, be the sober one, ask a million questions, dealing with peer pressure, refusal skills, have an exit plan. Here's Rhonda created this, Kahoot activity. And then this is a story about a young man who he took it from Mexico. It's pretty heart wrenching. I don't wanna watch it, it's heart wrenching, and my heart.
It's another powerful one.
It's
I mean,
very
I
powerful
feel
video.
like what's really important when you're talking about issues like this, Brian and I kinda talked back and forth about this, but I feel like when you start to get to these older kids, that you need to be very factual with them. You
Mhm.
can't sugarcoat this stuff.
Yeah.
You want them to listen and to understand. It might seem like harsh information, but they need to know those truths. They're not any different than adults when we wanna know why something
Yeah.
is. They're not any different.
And I put the stay alert information, if they wanna report anything. Parents will have access to this curriculum, they'll be able to look at it, they'll be able to ask questions, we'll post it on our website, it'll be on the board agenda, we'll show it when we do the board meeting that night. Any parent that reaches out to us, we'll be glad to direct them to the link. I mean, there's nothing inappropriate in here
Mhm.
by any means. All the activities are on par with what's supposed to be happening and that kind of thing, so.
And the district's been asked to do this, correct, by
It's
The state is
the state
requiring it,
Yes.
okay, yes.
Yes.
We would've done it last year, but we could never get a
Couldn't get a
quorum,
quorum.
so we have a quorum now, so that's why I brought it, so.
I think it's a great, great piece of information.
Are y'all good with
Yeah, I would recommend.
considering it, recommend, or do y'all wanna give it another month to look at it, or
No, it's good.
I
everybody
think
good?
it's ready for the board.
Okay, so do I have a motion to recommend this curriculum as our curriculum for instruction regarding opioid addiction and abuse and methods of administering an opioid antagonist?
Motion to recommend this.
Got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? None opposed, alright, so we'll take that to the board in November, probably December. I think we'll probably get it done in December, I think it's maybe too late for November, I don't know, we'll see, we'll figure it out, and so we'll get that done. Okay, that's it, so I think if y'all are okay, we can maybe plan something after the holidays. I don't really wanna do the holidays, would y'all mind kinda pulling out your calendars and see what y'all think for meeting number 3?
Honestly, any day at 4, or Wednesdays at 4 are great for me.
Yeah, that works.
So I'm gonna go to, and I've got just, try to put the district calendar on there, so do y'all wanna try January, is that okay?
What day would it be?
It's whatever y'all tell me, we've got a student and staff holiday on the 6th and 7th, we can meet then during the day, or if you wanna do it 4 o'clock.
Well, the 8th won't work, cause we're showing a cow that day.
Okay.
Johnson County.
Alright.
So,
I don't know if any basketball schedule is, let me see if we can.
yeah, we can, basketball's on, Tuesday and
Tuesday.
Friday,
Okay.
Tuesday night.
Do y'all wanna, it's Monday the sixth, okay, or do y'all wanna try a later date?
That should work.
Yeah,
Monday the sixth at 4:00?
Yep.
Yeah, Monday the sixth at 4:00, so I will put that on there and I will send check meeting number 3. And by that time, we'll know if the board, approved the curriculum, and then by that time, the survey will have been sent out, so we may have results to look over, so. Excuse me, I'll do 4 or 5:30, we'll each meet here again, and I'll put that on Parent Square. Alright, so we'll plan that meeting, I'll get that done. Alright, let's see here, alright. I make a motion, we adjourn. You got a second, anybody, everybody agree? Alright,
Yeah.
we're good. Alright, I'm gonna let me turn off the camera real quick.
At 4:44.
4:44,
There
too
you go.
bad.